Unity, and those of you online watching. Yes, we're going to get ready to start our opening song, Open the Eyes of My Heart. All right, if you want to rest on your feet as you feel moved, the words will be up on the screen. Open the eyes of my heart. Come on, rest on your feet as you feel moved. Come on. It's a heart opening today. Yes. Those of you online, feel free to stand up too. Come on, put your hands together. It's a good God day. Yes. All right. Here we go. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of God's glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of God's glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. One more time. Come on, open. Open the eyes of your heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. One more time, say open. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Yes.
Good morning, Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Carl Jansen. I'm glad to be with you this morning.
And my name is Carolyn, and welcome to our services.
We want to greet and bless everyone who's watching online. Your presence adds to our whole community experience, and we're so glad to have you. And as Don Shaw likes to say, if you have an opportunity, come on down and join us live next time.
Yeah.
So please join me in welcoming our featured musicians, the group's name is Reflection, and they are obviously headed up by our lovely Sharon D. Henderson as our lead singer. And we also have the great musicians Mark on keyboards, Lee on bass, Vino on drums, and last but not least, Tony on guitar. I kind of missed him at the 9:30 service. He didn't quite make the
I absolutely loved your opening song, Sharon. I haven't heard that one before. So thank you all. Let's take a moment to be grateful for the land upon which our center rests. Just take a nice conscious breath. Bade me walk in a lonely land.
We are honored the Babe Me Walk and Ohlone people of today and are grateful for those who came before us and those who are and the Babe Walk and Ohlone people of today. But we also dedicate ourselves to taking care of not only of these sacred grounds, but all of Mother Earth. And I do want to remind you to silence your phones before we go any further in this beautiful service.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, and let's say this together, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives
in conscious oneness. And our mission is who we have come here to be. So also, let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. And our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are with us for the very first time, welcome. And if you feel comfortable, raise your hand. Do we have anyone new here today? Well, we can all be new, right? It's a brand new day. So if you also just bring for your friends. There's in the welcome packet, they actually get a $10 coupon that they can use for any of the classes or the events that we have here. So, and we just invite everyone to join us at the Welcome Center, our Welcome Book Club Coffee Center, back on the patio. It's just a wonderful time to connect with one another. So we hope you'll stay and do that with us.
A reminder, connection cards are available for everyone in the seat packets in front of you. And with these, you may request prayer, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
And you also can share feedback and request information. Please put your card in the basket as the offering comes around. And for those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page on our website.
As always, we have several activities to highlight for you this week.
Bob Hardy, stand up. Bob warmly invites you to his creative spiritual experience with painting workshop. On Thursday and Friday, August 7th and 8th, it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you have no art experience and wonder how to express without limitations, this is the activity for you. All paints, supplies, and setup are provided. And he has like real easels and real stuff. You know, like you look like you're
real paint.
Real artists. This class sells out very quickly, so please sign up today in the bookstore or online.
And I'm pleased to announce that for our last outdoor concert of the season, we're going to welcome Unity's favorite, Carrie Hillary, for an evening of upbeat pop music with a full band this time, including our own Lariah on drums.
Oh, yeah.
So bring your picnic dinner and sit on the lawn or sit on the patio and tap your toes. Okay, you might do that. Some people dance. A lot of people dance. And it is, I think it says up there, but it is August 9th starting at 6:30. Tickets are available in the bookstore or on our website. As always with our music events, kids and teens are free. However, please do not bring dogs to this event because people will be eating their food on the lawn, and having someone's dog around isn't always as much fun.
So you're welcome to come to a 4-day gender equity and reconciliation workshop happening September 11th to 14th. Join us in a safe and courageous space for truth-telling, healing, and deep listening across the spectrum of gender. Awaken compassion, foster mutual reverence, and explore the profound mystery at the heart of our shared humanity. Please see our website or pick up a flyer on the patio with the details for how to register. As we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a connected breath and affirm our statement of faith. And let's say this slowly and really feel the words and the meaning together. There is only one presence in my life, in
the university, in my life, the
all-loving goodness of God. I like to close my eyes, but sometimes it makes a difference when I have them open.
So we will begin with music, followed by a guided meditation and silence.
Om Ram Mitraya Om Ram Mitraya Saraswati Namah. Om I'm Saraswati Namah. Om Ram Mitraya
Shanti Om. Breathing in peace. Breathing out any stress. Breathing in love. Releasing thoughts of anything else. Breathing in and filling our lungs to the front, to the back, to the sides. Fill up on the prana, the chi, the life force. Breathe it in. And let go of everything else into the silence. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's relief. In a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments, and I hear all that has ever been said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. I find myself breathing in and letting go and letting the chant take you on the waves of love.
Hello again, Walnut Creek. Unity. We feel like we're home when we come here. We're home. We are blessed, Reflection and I, to do many churches all over the Bay Area and beyond. This is one of our favorites. And we're looking into opening the heart space today. We're going to receive a wonderful lesson today. And just to preface that, we're bringing Open My Heart. Talk to me, Lord. Talk to me. Alone in a room, it's just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing too. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart to you. My hopes and dreams are fading fast. I'm all burnt out. I don't think my hope's gonna last. So I'm crying out to you. Lord, I know you're the only one who is able to bring me through. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially why I open up my heart to you. Oh, yes, I do. And show me how to do things your way. Don't let me make the same mistakes over and over again. And God's will be done. Let me be the one to make sure the will is carried out. 'Cause in me, we won't have any doubt, because I wanna talk to you, ask you for your guidance, especially today when the world seems so cloudy. Lord, you guide me through. That's why I open up my heart to you, to you. All I need is one word from you, Lord. That's why I open up my heart. Oh, Lord, I know you can make the difference in what I do, Lord. That's why I open up. That's why I open up. I open up my heart to you. Whoa, one word, one single word from you. That's why I open. That's why I open. I open up. I open up. I open up my heart. One single word from you. That's why I open up. I open up. I open up my heart to you. Oh, I know you can make a difference in what I do. That's why I open up. I open up. I open up my heart to you, Lord. All I need is one word from you, yes. That's why I open up my heart. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Open up my heart. Open up my heart. Open up my heart. Guide me until I'm sure. Open up my heart. Guide me until I'm sure. Open up my heart. Guide me until I'm sure. Open up my heart. Guide me until I'm sure. Open up my heart. Guide me until I'm sure. Who needs guidance? Yes. We're going to talk about this heart of ours. Open up our hearts. It seems a little scary some days to open up our hearts. But we're going to tell a few heart stories here today. Heart stories when you opened your heart. Stories when you closed your heart. Stories when it felt broken. Stories when it felt full and expanding. Stories when you felt sure. Stories when you were shaky. The heart tells us stories. We feel through our heart. It's a form of our intelligence, not just up here. All the work we do together is connecting the two, right? Stay here. So I've had stories like you've had with my heart, stories of expansion, stories of beauty. I can think of a couple of times when I was just so full. I have dragonflies as my spirit animal. And I was on my way to this retreat, and I was driving in, and a cloud of dragonflies showed up in front of me. A cloud of dragonflies, must have been hundreds of dragonflies. I've only seen one or two flitting by. I didn't know they could come in a cloud. And I just took it in and just couldn't believe that they were there in front of me, and just my heart just kept expanding and saying, yes, thank you. The wings fluttering, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm lifted. And another time, I'd been in a meditation for a while, then I went for a walk in this beautiful park. It was a park that had trees and flowering bushes and beautiful stones and rocks. And I walked around this park, and I was so full of love and so full of just being open to everything and connected to everything. I saw this butterfly, and I looked in its eyes, if butterflies have eyes. I asked the last group, none of us are sure, but I looked in the direction of butterfly's eyes. Okay. And we connected. And I looked at them, and I started to move my hand, just smiling. And the butterfly started to dance with me. I just did this and just did this, and it just flew with me. It flew with me. It flew with me. My heart was so full, and the tears just fell, and I thought, it's true that we're one. It's true that the heart connects with everything at once. I laid my hand down, and it laid itself down. I laid myself on a rock, and I think I just laid there for an hour in the sun, just not knowing what to do with that. If our life was like that every day, could our life be like that every day? Open to everything. Fully connected, fully open. But then there are times when the heart closes. Times when we feel like we have to protect ourselves. Let's just open our arms now and see what that feels like when we're open. Notice that vulnerability feeling, that feeling of, ooh, wow, yeah, open. I'm open. I'm open to everything. Things are coming in. There it is. But then sometimes things come in that we don't want in. We feel like we need to close up and cover up. And sometimes things come and we feel like we break. I had some warning signs about, taking care of myself a little bit better and slowing down a little bit and paying attention to my heart. Back in last November, it was like, slow down, slow down, slow down. I said, I think I need to take some time off and do some things, but I didn't do it. And I kept going, and I had these different signs and symbols. On my dream board that January, I wrote, find good care for your heart. And then I wrote a book, and I chose the cover. You get to choose from a bunch of different covers that the artists work on. And I was like, this is the one. This is the one. So this book came out, and it's called To What End? And it's a big, huge heart. Okay, to what end that we're here? And then something happened when I was in Italy, May 27th, just a couple of months ago. I was with my wife sitting and having a wonderful breakfast at a little resort that we like to go to on the beach. We took the train there from our home in Umbria. It's a place that we spend spring and fall in. We're so very blessed to do that. Happy as ever, just eating breakfast. I finished eating, and I had one more bite of something, and a crumb went into my windpipe. So I started to cough, as you do, trying to get that out, right? I'm coughing, and pretty soon my wife is saying, are you okay? You don't seem okay. And I asked her to pat me on the back. We tried all kinds of things. It wasn't really coming up. I just kept coughing. It was really hard. Eventually, probably 3 to 4 minutes later, I finally got it up and calmed down and drank a little sip of water. It's like, okay, we're good. I went up to our room. We were going to go do some other things. It was a spa day. We were going to get a little massage. I was so excited about that. But I sat on the edge of the bed, and I started doing this. I said, something doesn't feel right. Feel a little pressure, feel a little pain here. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't feel right. She said, are you okay? I said, I don't think so. Do we need to call somebody? I said, I think we do. I think there's something's wrong. So there we are in Italy, and we have kindergarten level Italian. Parlo italiano, ma non va bene. So kindergarten level Italian, we call the people at the wonderful hotel, and they come up and are checking me out and say, yeah, I think we need to call someone. So they call the paramedics. They come in, and they're starting to move rapidly and do things and check things. And I'm still in shock that I actually am having anything happen. And so they put me in an ambulance, and we go home, and my wife says she'll never forget that sound. The sound they have in European ambulances. And so a half an hour ride to the hospital, get there, and they're all attentive and paying attention and doing all kinds of things. And I'm doing fine. I'm just thinking, well, I just feel this little pain and this little pressure. I don't know. I think I'm okay, but I don't know. And then pretty soon I'm on a table. I'm just naked, and they're doing stuff, and they're putting a little tube up and checking things, and I passed out. So I lost it. That's what I do sometimes when it's too scary or I'm not really sure about it. I just check out. So I heard my name being called. Christy Lynn, Christy Lynn, Christy Lynn. And then finally I realized they're yelling my name. So I opened my eyes. And the procedure is over. And they say, we have good news. There's no obstruction in your heart. There's no thickening. There's no narrowing. There's nothing in the way of perfect flow in your heart. You're going to be okay. And I remember feeling the sense of relief about that, but still bewilderment and confusion. I'm 66 now, and it's the first time I was in a hospital for a thing. And I just couldn't wrap my head around that I was there. And then I was there in intensive care for 2 days for them taking care of this heart thing. So my heart had been trying to speak to me, and it's not that I'm saying I caused this, but certainly I was told and wasn't listening to slow down just a little bit. So no, did the whole thing happen because I didn't slow down, and it did happen because of the crumb and the choking? It doesn't matter all the details. The point is, it happened. And there I was, in the hospital, facing my own mortality. Hooked up to things, monitors, everybody taking care of everything, and still bewildered. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see a picture of me in a hospital gown, just like, what? What am I doing here? So that was a time when my heart seized up. It had a spasm. And it wanted to close on me in that moment. And I remember when my heart felt like it couldn't take anymore. I remember when it happened, but I didn't pay attention. All these things that come at us every day, right? We're dealing with something new every day that kind of hurts our heart, we feel bad about, feels like I can't take anymore. And I was taking it in, taking it in, taking it in. I was okay. I had my little Thich Nhat Hanh quote up on the wall. Don't take in the world's anxiety. It'll make you sick. And if you're sick, you can't help. Okay, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. And then something broke. There was a situation where these little food packets weren't going to go to children who needed them so that they could live. And I broke. It was too much. I said, no, I can't. This I can't. I can't. I can't stay open for this. I have to close for this. I have to feel anger and frustration and really hatred towards the people who would do such a thing. I have to. Closed up. I let the outside in, and it made me sick. It made me sick. And here we are now, less than 2 months from that incident. And I said to myself, so what's the lesson? What's the point of this? Why did I go through this thing? And I went back and was reading my own book because, you write something and you write it 6 months or a year before by the time it actually ends up being published. I thought, let me read this. Is there anything in here that's worthwhile? After having faced my own mortality and I think I know something about hearts and love and everything, let me say it. So I went through and was reading this, and what the book is called To What End, which is interesting. It's about what are we here for? And I was asking myself that question when I wrote it, and I landed on the idea of love, and I landed on the idea of loving both deep and wide, and did it still make sense for me with everything that I had been through and with all that was happening in the world? Did it still make sense? And loving deep, I meant by that nearing the unconditional love. And I say nearing because we're humans, and I don't know how many of us nail it. I know I don't. But I do my best to get near the unconditional love. And loving deep in my own constellation. So my beautiful wife is here. And I have 3 birth children and a child through her, and we have 7 grandchildren. So my own constellation, just the tightest little constellation, is already big. Our tribe is 15 people if we come together. And then you have your friends, and then you have your community, and then you have your clubs. You have all these people in your constellation. And you can love them deep and do your best to care for all of them. And is that enough? I said to myself, is that enough? Just to love deep the ones in my constellation, because there's so many people on this planet. And what about wide? Was it an and or? Do I make my assignment to love wide, just to love everyone? I remember reading about some of the activists in different times, and I remember some of the children of activists would talk about how they were left because their parents were so busy out in the world loving wide, right? So did I want to love wide or pay attention to my constellation? And where I landed on was it was both. It's both and. I want to love deep. I want to love well. I want to love as unconditionally as I possibly can and get better at it every day. And then I want to love wide, which means I don't exclude anyone. I don't close for anyone. Whatever happens in the world, I keep my posture of love and openness, no matter what. That's the assignment. Easy, no. Simple, not easy. Staying open no matter what. And I look to the examples of that. And one of the beautiful examples just was celebrated a few days ago. John Lewis, the former congressman who left us about 5 years ago, talked about getting into good trouble. But what he talked about that a lot of people don't necessarily focus on in his book, Across That Bridge, is how love fueled him and fueled the movement for civil rights. They weren't out there hating. They weren't out there being against something. They were for their own magnificence. They knew that as black people, they were magnificent. They didn't need anyone's permission to be magnificent. So I'm going to go and I'm going to sit where I want to sit and I'm going to vote and I'm going to do those things. And you are going to love me at some point. And so when John Lewis had someone take the boot to the face, he knew that his brother was lost. He just doesn't understand. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know that I'm his brother. He doesn't know how magnificent I am. So when he had an opportunity many years later, and you can find it on the internet, John Lewis sat with that person who had the boot to the face who said, I want to apologize for you for what I did. And he said, I forgive you. And I love you. How's that for an assignment? Someone kicked you in the head and almost took your life, but you have the ability to say, I forgive you and I love you. What are we being called to today? Today, can we love deep and wide? Today, given what's happening and the world cloudy, as the song said, I need your guidance. Guide me till I'm sure. So I need guidance all the time in order to be sure. But what we want to be guided by is the heart, not the head. We go up into our head, we have all our logic, we have all our arguments, we have all our reasons, we're sure that we're right. But they're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong, right? That's what we say. Even if my brother is wrong, my sister is wrong, the one who kicked me in the head, the one who wouldn't let me sit at the lunch counter, the one who wants to take away rights from me, even if they're wrong, we are called to love. And love does not have to just be this soft thing. Love can be fierce. They were fierce when they wouldn't get off the buses. They were fierce when they crossed the bridge with a load of police people on the other end, ready to hurt them and harm them. They're fierce today when they're out with their signs and saying, I will not be silenced. They're fierce when they're intervening when some of their brothers and sisters are being just picked up and taken away. That's fierce love. There's a very strange example I use in the book, which I'm surprised it came out, but I trust spirit, so I just write what I'm told. And I said, there was love in the moment when the woman took the video of George Floyd's murder. She loved that life enough to say, it needs to be documented. I'm going to pay attention that this happened. And then it changed the world, literally, the fact that that was taken. We don't know what our moment's going to be. We don't know what our lane's going to be, but we can choose a lane. Because I, like you, get overwhelmed by how many things are happening in the world, how many things require my love and my attention. What do I do? I choose my lane, but I choose from love, to love, and through love. I'm choosing the lane that says there's this thing where some children might not get their food. SNAP might be affected. I want to find out where in my neighborhood that might happen, and I want to find out how I can help with that. I can't help with everything, but that's the lane I'm going to choose. We can choose our lane and be love in that lane. And then whenever we encounter anyone, we can be love. No one can command you not to love. No one. You get to choose in every moment. There's a beautiful poet who passed recently. Their name was Andrea Gibson. I had never heard of them, and people were writing about them everywhere. And I said, well, who is this? I missed them. And everyone said, this is the poet of the century. You should know. And so I began to read some of their writing, and it was so profound and touched my heart so deeply that I thought, here is this person who only lived to 49 years old. But they were in their lane, and their lane was being a fabulous poet, a live out loud poet who touched so many lives that when they passed, the world was saying, we're going to miss them. They had so much to give, and I hadn't even heard of them before. We don't know what's going to make the difference. I had a person when I was in high school who made the difference in my life. It was March, and I hadn't signed up for anything for school or college because it wasn't part of my family history. My family constellation didn't think about college. I was the top of my class in my high school, and my dean of girls said, Hardwick, where are you going to school in September? And I'm like, I don't have a plan. You don't have a plan? It was March. She sat down and found me an application for a scholarship. We filled it out together, and I ended up getting a full ride to Santa Clara University, a Jesuit university, a private university, and I went to USF for my master's, all because one person got in her lane and said, wait, I'm going to help this person. I had another woman in my life when I was 19 years old. I was standing outside this apartment building. I was pregnant with twin children. It was really hot. She came out of her apartment and offered me a glass of water. And that glass of water turned into a friendship. And it turned into her being my champion and helping me, watching the kids when I went down to do the laundry, and it helped me get through a time where I might not have gotten through, but not just get through, but get through loved. That was her lane. We can all choose our lane, and we can do something from love, and it makes all the difference. I have a quote from this wonderful poet that I mentioned. Sometimes the break in your heart is like the hole in the flute. Sometimes it's the place where the music comes through. Sometimes you are the place where the music comes through. Sometimes you are the place where the music comes through. Say it with me. I am the place where the music comes through. I am the place where the music comes through. I am the place where the music comes through. So even when it feels like it breaks open to let love flow through. Love you all. Namaste.
Thank you. I loved a lot of things that you said today, Christy, but I really appreciate this choosing a lane. It's not staying here, it's choosing a lane. Because I think for so many of us, as you said, there's so many things that we're concerned about that it breaks our heart, but there's something that we're called to do, and by going to our heart, we can find out what it is for each individual person. So it's not just that one-off thing, but the cause that really lights you up and will keep your energy going. I do want to remind people that her book is available in the bookstore, so please go over and get it. It's not real big. You can read, right? It's not a great big giant novel to read. So, thank you, everybody. Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains are wearing their beautiful purple stoles. So whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have our intentions raised up in consciousness. And by the way, Carolyn's working with the children. I see her, she's trying to walk in here and be here for this part, but she's coming down the aisle right now. So now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. Yeah. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive, because in truth there is no lack or limitation, and abundance is our true nature. For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to give financially to this community, shown on the screen in front of you. For those of you watching online, there's a donate button on the Watch Live page. And we encourage everyone to set up regular automatic giving through your bank's free bill pay system. Just in time, you're right here.
I invite you to take your tithe or your offering in your hand and repeat this affirmation together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
I let it go. I release the things I'm clinging to. I release what's holding me, and I'm falling into God's love. I let it be. There's nothing more for me to do, nothing more to say. I'm just falling into God's love. I feel Spirit moving me, and it is lifting me up high. I rise on a power I can't see, on the wings of love I fly.
I gotta say, there's singing and then there's Sharon Henderson. And the band. You guys are phenomenal. Wow. Whew. Anybody not feel energized yet? Oh, and I want to thank the dance group back here.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have no camera that focuses in that direction, but you guys were phenomenal. As we bless this offering, we bless the giver and the gift, that it may go forth and multiply and increase the good in our lives and the lives of those we touch. Thank you. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now.
Children going to come up.
Announcing his presence with authority this morning. I challenge each and every one of you to do the same thing today. Okay, so I was with the Uniteens today, and Shayna here was with the Joymakers, and she's going to share with us what they did.
All right, so today we read a story called I Am Peace, and we also made little like pixie dust jars that are going to be our little bottles of peace.
I was told it's not on.
Let's try this.
I project, so like my name is Mike, so I actually don't need the mic. I don't know. You want to try that again so the people watching online can?
All right, so today we read a story called I Am Peace, and we made these little jars of like pixie dust that we were going to use as our little peace jars.
So awesome.
Those of you at home.
He's awesome. I want to be like that when I grow up. So Katie's going to share with us what we did with the Uniteens today.
So we talked about likes and dislikes because not everybody likes the same thing. And we did this game where you go on a different side of the room and you ask questions. Like, for example, would you rather stay in one grade for the rest of your life or skip ahead? And you have to pick on which side of the room. And we learned that not everybody likes the same thing.
Yeah. Perfectly said. That's all for us today.
So let's bless our children and our teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
You know what? I'm hungry too.
All right, let's rest on our feet for our closing song. Yes. Oh
the light, the love, and peace on earth right now. So let your light shine, have fun, and spread joy.